let's start going over things with Joe, because I'm sure you turned everything into whatever, so we have to kind of mind the battery here, so this might be multiple installments. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I told you, I was walking around the corner, and it was just out of nowhere, it just started gusting wind. I was like, what just happened? That's so weird. And I'm just like, well, like in Marvel, like what is happening? It's like, so cool. And then a cloud burst, but like out of fucking nowhere, you guys. And I was like, this is like so fucking cool. And really I just like the beginning of storms. And no, I like storms. I just don't like to sleep in them. And so I was like in marvel of this. I remember I had a blue blanket around me, my thin ass blue blanket that didn't do shit. And again, that just means available network. Network are there too. And I'm like laughing in the rain, and I turn and I see Joe and two other people sitting under the marquee, and he has like this fat smile on his face. And it was like such a beautiful smile. Oh, I'm a sucker. I'm such a sucker. I feel it. So Abe got me too. Like, what a lovely smile. Do not listen to those smiles. And so I offered them popcorn, not because I didn't want it, but just because I didn't really know what it was like to be homeless, and I don't know why I had some like 1812 notion of it, but I was like, maybe they're hungry. It seemed like that would make sense. And yeah, this has been like an 1812 version of it. And I'm not on benefits. So anyway, damn, Sharon Stone is 59. What the fuck? Sorry. So anyway, then I saw him again. When I was sitting alone on the bench near the movie theater again, but it wasn't raining or anything like that, and he came up to me. But you gotta like keep in mind, this guy's got a fucking skull like tattooed right here. Like he's like wearing like a diamond hat. It's Illuminati shit. Much to my dismay and disapproval. And so anyway, so then he was like, hey, can I hold your hand? But at the time, that's what a lot of people were trying to do. And I was so tired because I wasn't used to being homeless, and I had been rained on, and people kept waking me up, and I had no sleep gear, and my feet were soaking wet. And this is when I was like sleeping in front of chocolate, and there was like no lights, and like all this shit, man. And I hadn't slept in like 8 days. So at this point, I'm like delusionally tired, and I'm like, holy shit. Holy fucking shit, I'm tired. And so I'm like, but that's not why I said yes, but I'm just telling you the state of mind that I was in at the time. And I was like, yeah. And I didn't really understand the concept of stings yet, but just I understand this in hindsight, but that's okay. I didn't get it. It was very confusing in the beginning. I really didn't get what was happening to me, or why people, it was just so confusing in the beginning. So many questions. I didn't know I was famous or not, or what was happening, or why the public knew about me, or like, I didn't know. I was homeless all of a sudden, and no one was doing jack shit, and like, it was just horrible. And so anyway, so I was like, yeah, and then I was like, one of the first things out of my mouth is I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, I can't even be awake right now. I'm so tired. And he's like, did you want to go sleep? And I was like, yeah, but like, I don't sleep well because I'm scared. Like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I've never been homeless before. Like, I don't know where's a good place to sleep. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, do you want to sleep? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, let's go. And I was like, yes. And like, I don't know, the first thought that I had of this person, like, was just, this guy will protect me in my sleep. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why. And it was broad daylight and everything. And you probably were like, she's a prostitute. But I was like, no, I mean, really, legit, I was tired. and there was a bridge, and I was like immediately drawn to him, and there was this bridge and this little park area, and so we like spread out the blanket, and I went to go to sleep, and then I was like, I'm not so tired anymore. 8 days I've been like, I can't stay up, and now all of a sudden I'm like, I'm gonna talk to this person. Like, I don't know. Like, I really want to know who this person is. But I do remember one of the first things he said was, and now I'm like, he was probably recording, you know? Is he was like, I can tell you think a lot because of how much your eyes move. But this kid's been around, you know, drugs and everything probably for a long time. So, no, if he thought it was drugs, he wouldn't be like, I'm thinking a lot. He'd be like, what do you want? And, anyway, and so then I talked to him, and then he was like, do you want to come sleep at the cemetery with me and my friends? And I was like, I don't really want to sleep in the cemetery. You know, like kind of creepy. And I was like, I think I said, I don't have any sage. I was like, I don't need anybody's bullshit on me right now. Like, I really need some of my own energy. And he's like, well, we'll find some place to sleep. And I'm like, cool, right on. So we went to his mom's trailer to get his sleeping bag. And she opened the door, and there was like 2 guys in there that were, I guess, Joe's friends, and one of them handed me a joint. One of them was country, and the other one was just like I don't know, I like him. I thought he was kind of a dope. And he had like black rimmed glasses, and I was like, I don't think I like your attitude. I don't think he likes me either. That's fine. And I told you, everybody wants to rule the world's on. That song was on the radio, and the skeptical guy was like, so like, what are you trying to do here, or something? I don't remember what he said, something like that. And I was like, and I quoted the song, and he's all, what? And Joe's like, you're not gonna like her answer. And I was like, well, okay, whatever, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck are these people? And so we smoked this joint, and then I don't know, and I really liked his mom right away. Like, I could obviously tell she used drugs, but like, it's gonna sound weird. It's gonna sound kind of like disturbing. Like, she kind of reminded me of me a little bit. Like, take the drugs bullshit, just shove that whole thing. But, like, she kind of did. Like, I was like, even though I could tell she was like wild, reckless, maybe not all put together, I was like, no, but she has soul. Her and her son have soul. Like an unusual amount. Like, really rare, actually, to meet people like that, like, these days. And so anyway, I don't remember if it was then or a different time, but she had a bunch of stones that she was sorting. Might have been a different time. I remember when she opened the door, her face, I could kind of tell what was going on through her face, because it was really expressive, and it was, oh my god, you caught the prize. That's what it felt like her face was saying, like. And then I kind of started to understand through her expression that there was some sort of like hedging bet or lottery going on. And him too, the way he was interacting, like, I got her. You know what I mean? And I was like kind of embarrassed, like, oh my god, your mom's gonna know we're in the same sleeping bag. Like, I don't know, like, I was like kind of embarrassing. And she was like, she didn't care, but so then we went, she gave me a can of food, and I didn't have a can opener, and it wasn't a Pop-Top. I was like, damn it. And I think she asked me if I wanted something else, but she hardly had any food there, and so I didn't want to like take stuff that like she didn't have anything, you know? I was like, no, it's okay, but I was legit hungry. And then I should check on the battery. But then Joe asked me if I wanted him to open the can for me, because I was struggling with like the knife to like open this can. This is so dumb. Why am I getting emotional? It's so fucking dumb, dude. Why? This fucking shithead, man. Ugh. So if he wanted him to open the can, and I said yes, and he was like, well, I probably have more experience with it than you do. I was like, and I was just telling him, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how to do this. It's so dumb. I'm like giving this person so much power, and I'm just like doing it. But damn you, PMS, it is not the time to make this tape. Let me tell you what. So anyway, so then I lit a candle, and it was black. And I'm really grateful that I picked that candle. And I wasn't trying to do magic between us, but I'm just really, really grateful that it wasn't red or pink, because then I'd be like, oh my god, I accidentally did like a love spell or something. And I never do those because it's like, I don't fuck with shit like that. I just don't. It's bad. It's bad. And I did that with Abe. I lit an orange one, and then I got pregnant. So I was like, oh shit, because abundance, fertility. And like, oh my god, thank god, I did black, which is like uncrossing, because it's like totally appropriate. But I wasn't thinking on terms of us, but I didn't think, like, I didn't even protect the circle, nothing. Anyways, it's all witch talk, you won't get it. But, anyway, and so then, I was like, let's not sleep at the cemetery, let's sleep at the church, which is, like, totally a metaphor right there. The beginning's really complicated because everything happens so quickly that it is hard for me to remember the first 2 weeks of being homeless completely chronologically, because it was so overwhelming. But at some that's I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. He said something that meant a lot to me, and I was gonna just say everything because fuck him, but I don't want to tell you. So anyway, so then